Hey everybody, welcome to Jada on Piano, where we make music make sense. Just want to put out a quick video doing one movement, give you something hopefully pretty simple to work on this week. Show you how to study using a video. You know, we've talked about transcription and all those good things, but we're going to look at this video right here. It's by this group called Shared Sounds, their YouTube channel. And you know, sometimes we're watching YouTube videos and we want to put stuff into our playing. So I'm just going to pull a move out of this that I really liked that he did. Let's listen to it really quickly. Listen to the context and everything, because all of that is the information we need to make this work.
Scale degree. In this case, it'll be E in the key of D.
So he's in the key of D.
I'm going to show you two movements that you can do on the two dominant.
He's making the two chord dominant. We'll talk about it.
Instead of just doing a minor chord, they'll go to the dominant. So the chord that I'm doing is just an E, D, A flat, D, and F sharp. And you can do these movements in songs or in talk music.
That was important.
This first movement is by Corey Henry, and it's actually one of my favorite ones, and it goes like this. Over the two. So we're going to do a C sharp, an F, and an A.
Okay, so he gave us the move right there. Let me give it to you slowly, and then again, he gave us the theory. We're in the key. He's showing us all of this. He did a whole video on about 10, 12 moves. You can check that video out as well. It's called Essential Movements. Mike Burrell, Corey Henry, Bart Orr, Alan Merville, Joseph Pryor, and more. So he's got... It's about a 35 minute video, but it's really good stuff. So here's what he did. He was talking about moves on the two. Well, he didn't just say two. He also said two dominant, and that's very key to understanding what we're doing and where we can use it, because he just showed us the move. He didn't show us where to use it, and that's okay, because that's what we're going to do today. So he said he used E. That would be an E7 with a 9 in it. This is the 9 right here. So the move itself, like I said, you can go look at the rest of the video for several other moves, but here's what we have. He gave us a 2. Right? He told us how to play the move. So we got it there. And there's a couple of ways I can play it, right? Just use the single note down here. For me, I think that one was easier than this, the single note being up here. So for me, that, and then I'm rolling off all of this. The ultimate thing we're ending on is this, because remember, this is the chord, right? That's ultimately what we're landing on. Now, how do we use this, okay? First, before we get to how to use it, let's practice it. When you first get a new move like that, you need to put it in your hands, because there's nothing worse than trying to use a move and you can't even play it, right? So we know it's on a 2 chord, or we know we can use it on a 2 chord, but he said something specific. Let's look at the key of D really quick, and then we'll get back to putting it in our hands. Normally, like he said in D, the D chord is minor. Now, you can't just willy-nilly decide the D chord, that the E chord should be major or dominant. You need a reason. In this case, the dominant chord gives us a clue to how this can be used, okay? He said 2 dominant. When you make a chord that is normally minor, dominant, he's giving you the theory. He's literally giving you the theory. You're expecting to go either to, most cases, an A major or an A minor. So we want to look at that. Or an A dominant, but some type of A, or an F sharp as a F sharp, any type of chord as well, as a what do you call it? Half cadence, or sorry, deceptive cadence, going from here to here. So that's what we're expecting: an authentic cadence, or a half cadence, or the deceptive cadence. That's the terminology you would be thinking of that. But back to practicing. Now he gave us two thoughts. This here, or right. We can use either one of those. Now, as far as practicing is concerned, you want to take it slow first. And practice it in time. I just started practicing this move this evening. See? Just mess it up. Right? And practice it the whole thing so that you can get comfortable moving. Right? Then the second time, or second part, adding that E in there. Right? And this is a little sloppy, so I need to slow that back down to see where my issues are. See that? So you want to get that in. Now that we got the move a little bit, we want to take it and put it in. We want to be able to use it. So he gave us the first way to use it as a 2, but he made the 2 dominant. We just discussed going from the 2. Well, since we made it dominant, we specifically know we want to go somewhere. So once you make a chord, once you make any note a dominant chord, you're expecting to go somewhere. And this whole move, this is just another voicing for a secondary dominant chord. I've talked about secondary dominant chords before. If I was just playing in the key of D, for instance, right? Sorry. There we go. So I did it both ways. That would be a 2-5-1, right? Then this time, right? So what I did that time is I went to my minor chord. That was my 2. But then before I went to my 5, because I know that a dominant chord can take me very strongly to the 5, I inserted that in. So the second time, oh yeah, so notice how slow that was. See, this is why you need to have it strongly practiced. Again, like I said, this is new to me, so I'm still getting it, but it's getting there. Okay, here we go. I keep messing up. There we go. Let's do that again. There we go. So that's one move. That's one way right there. I went from the 2 to the 5. But since I know that I can use the E, let me try to go to the key of C. Because I took a minor chord and I made it dominant. Let's do it in a different key. Here we go. Here's the key of C. Let's try that again. Let's go slow so we can understand. Oh, I forgot the move, see? I didn't feel as good about that. Oh, I know. Let's do that again. it's not as smooth yet. So let's keep going. You know why it's different right here? Because I got this note here that I haven't been using. So we're gonna have to get creative with this right here. Let's see. Let's try that in C because this note is here. So we're already modifying. Let's do that real quick. So that actually works better. I made that a augmented chord right here. I modified it a little bit to get into C. See that? Right? Okay, so that was me putting in C. So that was a little modification on it. Let's see. Let's put it in the key of A. Key of A has these notes in it. So let's try that in the key of A. Let me see. Use it in a different place. Let's see. So I used it to get back to my one. I had to play through it a little bit just to think about it real quick. But I used it to get back to the one. So this is 3 different ways. And we already know the E to the A. That is the dominant chord. But the other 2 times I substituted in and made a dominant chord to make it work. And we even substitute or made the move fit. Like we talked about that a couple weeks ago, making a move fit according to the notes that are diatonic to the key. So that's just a couple of things, pulling real quick how you would practice, how you would take something from, in this case, he showed you exactly the notes to use. And like I said, there's the moves in that video, but you would take that, you would learn it, get fluent with it. Then you will begin to see where he used it. Listen to what they're telling you about how they use it so you can learn something about using it, but then put it in that, and then put it in a couple other places. If you have to make it more diatonic, you just learn 2 moves in one. So, take this quick lesson and use this one move. Tell me in the comments where you use this move in your playing. So you guys take care and have a great week.